calling from a 717 area code. Who are you? Where are you calling from?
Hey, this is Danny from PA.
Hey, what's up?
Not much. I guess I'm just going to start this preface. The other day, I was talking with a friend, sort of a social democrat, Bernie-crat type person, about drug policy. Not on drugs, for the record. So we were talking about it, and I guess what I'm sort of wondering is, I have my own opinions, but what do you think should be the progressive approach to drugs? And just to break it down a bit, should we, as leftists, actively seek to discourage drug use on a societal level to decrease it overall? And following that, what would be
what kind of drug use are you talking about?
Well, we were specific. I guess we were talking generally too. But hard drugs mostly.
Well, okay, you got a second part? Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, just like if we're to accept like it should be discouraged, what would be the best approach to do that? Should it be, decrim, but still have punishments in place for producers, for traffickers,
well,
like that? Or should
maybe potentially with like certain types of traffickers, but that might be because of other activities that you might get involved with. But definitely not for any single person using. No, 100% no. And I also think, I'm telling you, giving you my answer, definitely not totally decriminalized for on a use end. Now, I also think it's worth really looking at Johan Hari's book. What's it called again, Matt?
Chasing the Scream.
Chasing the Scream, because I think that there are definitely, at least from that book, and I could certainly have experienced and seen this anecdotally. There are some people that I think, they have very specific and very challenging and real addiction issues, which they need medical, psychiatric, every type of support. But a lot of other addiction and drug abuse, at least according to that viewpoint, is explained by social context. So the rat study was really interesting. So the old rat study was that
with the opioids.
Well, I'll just explain to people so that one side of the funnel, like the rat is in this cage where there's nothing to do. There's no, you can't, there's nothing to play with. It was just a barren cage. And one funnel had water. The other one, I didn't think it was opioid. I thought it was a cocaine something. I thought it was a cocaine.
I think it was cocaine.
Yeah, cocaine, right? So the rat always hit the cocaine one, and then they redid the study.
Yeah, because the rat was isolated and it had nothing to fucking do.
Exactly, and they updated the study, and they gave him like a rat paradise, and he'd
hang out with other rats.
Yeah, and he stopped and
run around in tunnels.
And the things decreased significantly.
Like above.
So I guess I just think the answer is there.
You address the societal problems. It's not a police issue.
Yeah, it's not a police issue. It's a societal issue. And I'm not a big. I mean, look. I guess the other thing, as far as like quote unquote discouraging or not discouraging people, like I'm not gonna I'm not gonna get into my own personal whatever, but I think that there's obviously distinctions between these things, and I think on one hand it's silly to lie, look, I don't know, snorting cocaine is not healthy for your heart. Okay, that's objective reality. But I'm not in the business of bothering other people about their sort of personal habits. I actually have a problem on a consumption level. I think especially if anybody's telling you oh, I'm a vegetarian or something because of X, Y, and Z, and they do Coke. You should look at that supply chain. Get a little bit real about that. But that being said, it's a social policy, like everything else. It's not about encouraging or discouraging one way or another, in my view.
Oh, that was the point that I made to him, pointing specifically to what happened in Portugal, where just across the board everything was decriminalized, and it was treated not as a criminal issue, but as a social health issue, where there were rehabilitation programs, and I guess less so in the case of Portugal, that they had a robust economic redistribution system, or even further, just a radical democratization process elsewhere.
Yeah, and I'm even okay with. I'm even okay with things like cutting them out of like the advertising market and stuff like that. Like I don't care that we don't let certain things.
I'm down with cutting out I'm totally don't advertise candy to kids on Saturday Cartoon Market. I don't have any I don't care about any of that. I'm totally for banning and highly regulating certain types of advertising. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Well, this will be when it becomes legal, it will be corporate. So that's the learn.
The outcomes are so much better with decriminalization and harm reduction than they are with the American carceral approach. It's not even funny. I'm working on an article about this right now, actually, and it's crazy that we're still pursuing such a thoroughly discredited policy that's not driven by the outcomes that we're going to get. It's driven purely by this.
And by the way, I just want to also clarify too. I just want to clarify too that when I talk about traffickers, I'm not talking about I would include street level whatever, that also should be totally decriminalized and people's criminal records should be cleaned and expunged. I'm saying that there might be people that as part of a process literally ran like the Zetas and have killed literally thousands of people and beheaded people on the streets and put videos of it. And if you're concerned about ISIS, look at some of the cartel wars going on, right? That's what I meant by there's at that level of trafficking, there's other activities involved.
Yeah, but that's a side effect of criminalization.
No, I agree with that, but I just wanted to clarify when I said maybe for certain types of trafficking, I wasn't talking about somebody selling a dime bag on the street. I don't care about that. That should be decriminalized 100% too.
And look, I'm pro pleasure.
Said your mom.
Oh no!
Boom.
Got me. The socialist utopia that I envision, people can do what they want, and
Lord.
people, yeah, sure. People have been altering their consciousness for thousands of years, since the dawn of humanity, and for all different sorts of reasons, and that's not going to change. And I really believe that marijuana and psychedelics are not bad at all. They're actually medicine. No. I joke about it, but they are. So
I have personal experience that proves that.
So
have you started smoking during the call, sir? Because you've gotten a lot more relaxed as the calls progressed.
Right.
I definitely would oppose those Spartan revolutionaries who think that you should never do anything fun because that's just an opiate of the masses. Fuck you. If I can't have fun, what are we doing this for?
I think as long as you look cool and you present well, it's fine.
Right, and just one last thing, just really quick. Thank you so much for following.
What?
You followed me on Instagram. That was really big. Allah bless you, brother.
Oh, okay. You're welcome, man.
I'm going to become your favorite tanky one day. So help me God.
Hell yeah.
One day you're just going to wake up and you'll be like, oh shit, to join the Shining Path.
Are you?
Well, the Shining Path. The Shining Path is. I'm down. I'm down with the Shining Path.
Are you auditioning to be the new Joseph Ballin? Is that what's going on?
No, he's already much better. He's already better. Thanks for the call, man. Appreciate it.